Okay.
How was the practice?
What's that? Loney was limited. TJ Bryant did not practice. Torrin Harris did not practice. Juwanza Starling did not practice. Abe didn't practice. Blake Ailes did not practice. And Bryce Butler did not practice. So unfortunately, when we thought maybe we were going to get healthier here, we seem to not be getting healthier. But we'll go with however many we can put on the plane. We've got a long ways to go. Have not been our best week of practice so far. We'll come back tomorrow and hopefully have much better practice and get these guys ready to go play a opponent that will be very up for our game and very excited for it.
What hasn't been good about it? I mean,
It's just the intensity level, you know. I don't know whether it's feeling good about themselves after a couple wins. You know, not remembering why we played well lately is because we practiced extremely well. So very disappointing, but still enough time for us to get right and get ready to go up there.
As a coaching staff, what do you do to turn the team around and get that intensity back?
Yeah, we tried today. You know, after yesterday, we tried to do it today, and for whatever reason, they responded early and kind of faded on us. So, you know, this is the time of year that this happens to some teams. But you know, as you get close to finals and everything, and you've been going for a long time, these guys have been out for a lot of weeks in a row, and so it's a challenge and one that we're going to have to get figured out before Saturday.
With the injuries catching up to you, like you're saying, is that something that you were kind of prepared for with limited numbers and the season coming up?
Well, we weren't hoping for, you know, having to prepare for the injury parts of it. You know, we're already down in numbers. So, you know, hopefully we'll get some of these guys back because we're obviously going to need some bodies going up there.
How close is Juwanza to just getting back and mobile?
Yeah, you know, he moved around some the last 2 days, and you know, hopefully we'll have him back by Saturday. You know, we miss him, and he also, you know, helps us on special teams as well.
Even in a down week, are there any players who have been practicing well or have shown that intensity you were talking about?
Well, I think you have your normal, you know, Jarrell Casey and Stanley Avila, that no matter what it's going to be, they're going to come out and practice well. You know, we've been off, and I'm sure, you know, a little bit of that on defense is the rotations in the secondary of, you know, having guys banged up and new guys in there. So we're going to need a good practice tomorrow.
Lane, how would you evaluate Wes Warden and Nick Perry this season? I know they've had injuries, but they started out, you know, really promising.
Yeah, they've both been banged up at different times and have played through some things, and I think they're both going to be really special players for us. I would have thought they'd be further along now. It's out of their control, but you know, if they'd been healthy all the way through and not missed time like they did, you know, I think they'd be further along. But both of them are really good pass rushers and continue to improve against the run.
Is Stephen Pea the sort of defensive tackle that commands double teams? Or how good is he?
Yeah, he can be dominant. You know, there's some times in games where he just takes over the game, and you know, he's going to be the best. He's going to be the best guy we've played all year, and so we're going to have our hands full.
Does the fact that Olander, it sounds like he needs shoulder surgery, it sounds like he's done for the year, the fact that, you know, that those two can't work off each other, is that a big advantage or not so much, or how do you see that?
I don't think so. You know, you still got to block him, and you know, you still got to deal with him, and depending on your formation, you're going to get him at 3 technique or nose, and so you know, he's not just on one guy. Sometimes he's on your guard, sometimes he's on your center. So you know, he really is a force and something we've got to know where he's at and deal with him all the time.
Did anything change with Mark Tyler the last 3 games for him to kind of raise his game a notch?
No, I think that he just played well and took the opportunity. Didn't put the ball on the ground. You know, had a lot of carries to get to 31. I think to get 160. You know, which is actually a little bit below his average for the year, I think. So I don't think there was anything drastically different. I just think that he did a good job protecting the ball, and that got him more carries.
Do you have any concern that this could be kind of a trap game for you guys, given that the last 2 are rivalry games, and you mentioned the intensity wasn't that high?
Yeah, it's been a concern, since the end of that game, because they're going on the road in a top 20 team, and as soon as these guys lost to Washington State, you've got to guard against that, setting in with your players, and so it's a challenge, and it's that's a huge concern.